it's general, and it's problem solving. But we need to have that situation-specific improvisation in order for us to do some of those low-resolution problems that come up in our life. Children need that too. So, what does it mean for you? With internal thought, that default mode network is involved in thinking about your own problems, thinking about time travel, thinking about your relationships. It's that internal mental simulation. And how can we do that if we're still stuffing information into our brains? So part of the mission, I guess, if I had any mission about what educators could do to facilitate, is that to find your away time. A warm bath, drinking. Again, I'm not advising this for your class. Meditation, long walks, exercise, napping, and the most important thing, recess. That's the most important time I remember from my childhood, is the time I got away from the classroom and I could try out ideas, try and fail, try and succeed, and no anything. The iPhones, the iPads, that information that you're still pushing into your brain is a distraction. I think that is really critical to the loss of creative cognition. The external thought selection process is being open to new experience. Travel is important to that. Reading, getting out of your bubble, being critical and rational. These are all characteristics of that open to experience capability that is highly correlated with creativity. Grit and persistence is extremely critical to creativity. Teaching children to be sensitive to criticism, but being able to take criticism. I can tell you with all of my research projects, none of them have been accepted on the first time. I've always had to resubmit and revise. It's always been about the failures of your research before you eventually get something accepted. And finally, put out a lot of ideas. This is the most critical aspect of creativity. It's been shown that if you put out more ideas, one of them is most likely to hit. So with that, I would like to take your questions. Thank you for your attention.
So, one of the most apparent aspects of creativity that we see in the media is an aspect of destruction. There's a certain destruction. A lot of creative people, especially musicians, they seem to have a short life, live a short life, live fast, die young, and leave a good-looking body. Whether it's musician, Amy Winehouse comes, a lot of musicians and artists, we have Van Gogh, a lot of them have a destructive element. And I'm wondering if you've ever researched into the destructive component of creativity and the correlation between destructiveness and creativity.
Yeah, so what you call destructiveness, we call psychopathology. So the overlap of... the question was, what is the interaction, I guess, between self-destructive behavior and creativity? And there is a neuromythology, if you will, that you have to be mentally ill to be creative. So Van Gogh comes to mind, Amy Winehouse, there's any number, Georgia O'Keeffe, there's any number of examples of people that were mentally ill and highly creative. But for every example of someone that was mentally ill, there's equal number of people that were perfectly normal and also creative. So I think people are doing research about the influence of mental illness and creativity in terms of idea generation. No one has ever created anything in the throes of schizophrenia or the depths of depression. So I think that there is some interesting aspects in terms of idea generation, but the necessary influence of psychopathology and creativity is elusive. Yes? Yes? Yeah.